Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Mr. C here. Check it out. I tried to do a live stream and the internet was just really messed up, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat what I said through this and I'm going to talk to you guys about what's going on. Right now, let's take care of the basics, okay? Week 32 is what work we're going to be doing all of our incomplete work with. So if you have incomplete work for Eagle tracking, you need to get into Pearson and get it done. I'm going to open up the discussion as well for that week so you see what you have to do for Eagle tracking. It's all in there. So you need to go. There's going to be 2 discussion posts in Pearson. One is for this week for the argumentative essay, and then one is for Eagle tracking. That way you know what you have to do. Okay? What you need to do is you need to go into Pearson, open it up, go into Infinite Campus, see what work you need to get done, and do it. Galileo, you have week 32 Galileo. You need to contact me individually through email and say, Mr. C, can you unlock Bell Work 32 test? Mr. C, can you unlock Bell Work 32? That's how it's going to get done. It has to be done that way. I have to do it individually, okay? Because I'm not going to open it up. And then I have to give you a password to get in there. I will email that to you in response to your email to me, all right? So here's the work for this week. You have until Saturday night at midnight. You have until Saturday night at midnight. You have until Saturday night at midnight, okay, to turn in this essay. This essay is an argumentative essay, which you have done before. You've done it numerous times before. And you're going to do it through Google Docs. You're going to do it through Google Docs. That's how you're going to send it to me, through Google Docs. Okay? No exceptions. If you need to download Google Docs, download it. You have all week to do it. Download it. Google Docs. It's due Saturday. Okay? By midnight. Here's the assignment. The video, The Dust Bowl, and the novel, The Grapes of Wrath, show very different perspectives or points of view about the role of farmers in the 1930s through their drought and then its aftermath. Ask yourself this, okay? If you were farmers, were you innocent or were you of a natural disaster, or were they guilty of creating the disaster due to poor land management? Think like a lawyer on a TV show, okay, and how they would be thinking about this. Are they guilty or are they innocent, okay? And then you're going to write an argumentative essay. Okay? In that essay, you're going to state and support an argument about the role of the farmers in the Dust Bowl. Use details from the book and the documentary video as evidence to support your claim. Go back and watch the video, go back and read the story or hear the story. You're going to have to. That's how you're going to pull your evidence. All right? There's going to be several sections to this. You're going to have an introduction, and then you're going to have evidence 1, evidence 2, evidence 3, and then you're going to have a counterclaim, and then you're going to have a conclusion. 6 paragraphs, okay? And unless I tell you otherwise, you're going to have 6 paragraphs, okay? You're going to begin with a strong opening on your introduction, and you're going to have 3 to 5 sentences that clearly state your claim that you're making about how much responsibilities farmers should bear for the Dust Bowl. Are they innocent or are they guilty for causing it, okay? And then the body of the essay is going to have 3 paragraphs to the body of the essay. Evidence 1, evidence 2, and evidence 3. Okay? Each paragraph, 3 to 5 sentences, clear and complete. You're going to have 3 separate pieces of evidence to support your argument. Consider, if you will, you can either start with your strongest argument first and then work your way down to the weakest, or you can go weakest to strongest. It doesn't matter. It's your case. You're going to write your argument. Think like a lawyer, guys, okay? How would you argue your case? Are they guilty or are they innocent for starting this? So you're going to have evidence 1, 2, and 3. Each piece of evidence needs to be 3 to 5 sentences each, and you must cite your evidence. Where did you get it from? Did you get it from the story or did you get it from the video? Okay? If you got it from the video, you're going to have a timestamp. If you got it from the book, you're going to have a paragraph number. If you go into Pearson, reading in literature, in the discussion post for this week, I put in this exact same thing that I'm reading to you right now. I put it in there so you can see the examples with your own eyes. It's in there, okay? If you contact me and say, Mr. C, I don't know how to do it, I'm going to say, go look in Pearson, okay? Go look in Pearson because I posted it in there exactly on how to do it, all right? Here's an example. According to the Dust Bowl video, Oklahoma did not receive any rain for 1,000 days. 2 minutes and 30 seconds is where I found that at. Because of the lack of rain, the ground was very dry and loose. Steinbeck referred to this drought as the drought that was unlike any other, paragraph 4. I just made that information up. That's not true. It's not even related to the story. I just made it up to show you as an example. Okay? So that's what I'm looking for. That's the kind of example. Where did you find it at, and how does it relate to the story? So I made this up. I made up the citations, but in the writing, I put them in bold so that you can see what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a timestamp, paragraph number. All right? Timestamp is where you find it in the video. The paragraph number is where you find it in the story. Okay? And remember, a paragraph, or if you're going to quote something, you have to have the 2 quotation marks. And if you're going to have the paragraph, you need to have the parentheses around the side where it tells you what paragraph. The period mark goes on the other side, on the outside of the paragraph, of the parentheses, okay? So, once you write down your counterclaim, once you write down your evidence and stuff, you're going to have a counterclaim. That's going to be paragraph number 5. Paragraph number 5 is your counterclaim. 3 to 5 sentences per. You're going to introduce a counterclaim, or this is a position that the other side is going to take. So if you say they're innocent, then a counterclaim is going to be a guilty idea. If you say they're guilty, then a counterclaim is going to be why they're innocent. Okay? That's the opposite of what you think. And it's going to be either from the video or from the story. And then you're going to explain why that you think that this counterclaim is weak. Why do you think that counterclaim that you found is weak? A counterclaim is going against your argument. It's going against what you think. It's a counter of what you're arguing. So think about it as a lawyer. If this was a trial, a court, the other lawyer is going to try to argue your evidence as being weak, and they're going to argue their own evidence. So you got to be able to argue what they're thinking. Okay, think like what they're thinking, and then once you write down your counterclaim, you're going to write down why it's weak. If you go into Pearson, reading the literature, you're going to see the discussion post for this week, and I wrote this example in that discussion post. Okay, so based on my example, I will add a counterclaim for the example that I gave you earlier about the 1,000 days of no rain. I'm going to add a counterclaim to that. I want you to see how it flows, okay? And on the writing inside of Pearson, it's going to be in italics, meaning that it's off to the side like this. That's my counterclaim. And then the reason why I think it's a weak counterclaim, I'm going to underline it in the same paragraph. I'm just doing that to show you where those spots are at. When you type this out, you're just going to type it out. You're not going to put any kind of bold or italics or anything. The only thing that's going to be bold is going to be your paragraph titles, okay? So here's my evidence, and then here's my counterclaim. According to the Dust Bowl video, Oklahoma did not receive any rain for 1,000 days, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Because of this lack of rain, the ground was very dry and loose. Steinbeck referred to this drought as the drought that was unlike any other, paragraph 4. Because the land was very dry, farmers still had to turn over the dirt in high winds over and over again. They were guilty of not taking care of the land. And then here's my counterclaim to this, okay? According to the Dust Bowl, there wasn't any rain for 1,000 days. However, farmers still had to turn over the dirt in order to grow crops, so they were not guilty, but they were innocent for doing their work. If they didn't grow food, they would starve. That's my argument, my counterclaim. They would have starved if they didn't turn the dirt around. It was a risk that they had to take. Now here's the reason why that counterclaim is weak. And even though the farmers had to grow food, they could have turned over the dirt during non-windy days or late in the evening to prevent the dirt from occurring, the dust from occurring, okay? They could have done it at night when the winds died down, okay? Your next paragraph is going to be your conclusion. That's the last part. 3 to 5 sentences. You're going to end your essay by summarizing, not repeating what you wrote, but by summarizing, telling me a little snippet of everything. 3 to 5 sentences. You're not repeating your claim, and you're leaving readers with an important idea or perspective on the subject. So you're the expert. You're the lawyer. You're going to try to leave me with an important reason as to why you're arguing what you're arguing. Why are they guilty or why are they innocent? Okay? That's your main point. And you want us as readers to take away your main point. You want us to understand what you're trying to say. Okay? Were they guilty or were they innocent? When you format your essay, each section will have a centered, entitled topic heading. There's an example in Pearson, reading the literature section, under discussion post, you're going to see an example of how I want it centered. and how I want it. You can either do it bold or something like that. But here's an example right here. You see that? Each section is centered. Okay? Let's see. There we go. Each section. You got introduction, evidence 1, 2, 3, counter argument, and then conclusion. That's what you need to do. Okay? It's inside of Pearson. I just wanted to show you on paper. And then you're going to revise and you're going to edit it. Okay? Once you have written your complete draft, you're going to revise it. You need to read it out loud to somebody. Read it out loud to yourself and listen to it. Does it make any sense, or does it all sound goofy to you? If it sounds goofy, you need to get back in there and fix it. If you're reading to somebody and they're like, man, that doesn't even make sense. It sounds goofy. You need to go back in there and fix it. Okay? The revision is so important. Okay? Read it out loud to someone else even. Don't read it in your head. Read it out loud. Okay? And then revise it. Make sure it makes sense. Then you're going to check to see if your introduction is strong. Are your evidence points strong? Are they supported with citations? Are you being fair in your counterclaim? And explain why you think that your counterclaim is still stronger. You're going to write that within your paragraphs. Is your conclusion solid? Is it a solid conclusion? Are you summarizing, not repeating? Okay. Submission. This essay is due to me by midnight on Saturday. Okay, by midnight on Saturday. That means that you have Monday through Saturday night to get this thing done. Okay? When you get it done, you're going to put it in a Google Doc and you're going to email it to me, felix.cervantes@dizart.org. Okay? And listen, you know what to do. You've done this many times already. You've done argumentative essays before. Each paragraph, 3 to 5 sentences. There's going to be a minimum of 6 paragraphs. Okay? You have your intro, your 3 pieces of evidence, counterclaim, and your conclusion. Okay? Each section must be titled, centered in the middle of your writing. You can double space if you want. Okay? The review and the revision section is very important because we're not there to revise it for you and exchange papers. You're going to have to read it out loud and listen to it. And does it sound and make sense? Okay? Does it make sense to you? Okay? Because if it doesn't make sense to you, it ain't going to make sense to me. All right? This assignment here is worth 100 points. It is your writing grade, basically. And it is throughout the scope. We're going to have so many different weeks of bell work and bell work tests. Those are only worth like 5 points each. But you think about this assignment here, okay? It's major for the quarter. Don't wait till Saturday to get it done. I'm giving you that free day on Saturday to get it done. All right? If you owe me Galileo Incompletes week 32, you need to email me to get it done so I can unlock it. I've already had a couple kids this morning already contact me about it. All right. Once you get it done, I will unlock it for you, and then you should be good to go. All right. So if there's any questions, go into Pearson, reading and literature, look in the discussion post. It's all in there. Okay. All the work that you have to do that I just read to you for this essay is inside of Pearson. Go in there and check it out, guys. All right, so I'm Mr. C out. If you got any information or whatever, text me, call me, or email me. All right, take care, guys.